Today we're ranking tornadoes, level 1 to level 8, from harmless spin to catastrophic giants. When most people hear the word tornado, they imagine one thing: a spinning cone, a dark funnel, a single shape tearing through a town. But tornadoes don't come in one form. They evolve, they stretch, they twist, they split, and sometimes they multiply. Some look harmless, some look elegant, and some are so wide and violent they don't even look like tornadoes at all. Today we're ranking tornado forms, level 1 through level 8, from subtle surface rotation to the most catastrophic storms ever recorded. And by the end of this video, you'll understand something most people don't. The shape you see might already tell you how much danger you're in. Level 1, Gustnadoes. We begin with something that looks like a tornado, but technically isn't fully developed: a gustnado. These form along the gust front of thunderstorms. When a storm pushes out a surge of cool air, it collides with warm surface air near the ground. Where those two air masses clash, small rotations can spin up instantly. They appear suddenly. They spin violently for seconds or minutes. Then they disappear. Unlike classic tornadoes, they don't connect to the cloud base above. That's what separates them. Most gustnadoes cause minor damage: fences knocked down, debris scattered, shingles peeled. But here's what makes them important. They prove that rotation doesn't need to be organized to be dangerous. They're the storm's warning shot. Level 2, waterspouts. Now the rotation connects. Waterspouts form over water. There are two types: fair weather waterspouts, thin, photogenic, often forming in relatively calm tropical conditions. And then there are tornadic waterspouts. These are real tornadoes, born from thunderstorms, just touching down over water first. And when they move on shore, they instantly become land tornadoes. Florida sees more waterspouts than anywhere in the world. Some are harmless, but others have damaged boats, ripped apart docks, and struck coastal homes. Over open water, there's no basement, no safe structure, just exposure. And that's when the escalation truly begins. Level 3, landspouts. Landspouts are real tornadoes, but they form differently from the monsters people usually imagine. Instead of forming from a massive rotating supercell, landspouts stretch existing rotation near the ground upward as a thunderstorm builds overhead. The result? A thin, rope-like funnel that can appear beneath clouds that don't look particularly threatening. Most landspouts rank EF0 or EF1, but some reach EF2 intensity, with winds over 110 miles per hour. They form quickly, sometimes with minimal radar warning, and that's what makes them unsettling. They don't need a monster storm to exist, but monster storms are coming. Level 4, needle and rope tornadoes. This is where shape becomes deceptive. Needle tornadoes are incredibly thin, sometimes barely wider than a telephone pole. From a distance, they can look like a smudge in the sky, or a thread hanging from a cloud. But winds inside can exceed 90 miles per hour, strong enough to flip light structures and send debris flying. They appear suddenly and vanish just as quickly. Then come rope tornadoes, twisting, coiling, bending like living serpents. Ropes often appear during weakening stages, when a tornado narrows. But here's the dangerous misconception: narrow does not mean weak. Some violent tornadoes have ended their life cycle as ropes while still packing winds well over 150 miles per hour. Elegant does not equal safe. Level 5, cone and elephant trunk. Now we enter the textbook phase. Cone tornadoes are what most people draw: wide at the top, narrow at the bottom. But if you're looking at a cone, you're not seeing the beginning. You're seeing strengthening. Rotation intensifies. Warm, moist air feeds the vortex. The funnel thickens, stabilizes, becomes sustained. Many EF3 and EF4 tornadoes spend large portions of their life as cones. Elephant trunk tornadoes widen toward the ground. They often signal transition from weak to powerful. You are literally watching a storm grow stronger in real time. And then comes structural dominance. Level 6, stovepipe and barrel. Stovepipe tornadoes are vertical, uniform, locked in. They don't wobble, they don't flicker, they move with mechanical efficiency. This shape signals sustained, violent rotation. Many high-end EF3 and EF4 tornadoes maintain stovepipe structure for miles. Then comes the barrel. Thicker, rounder, massive. Barrel tornadoes wrap themselves in layers of condensation and debris. Their wind field stretches far beyond the visible funnel. They don't just look bigger, they are bigger. Entire neighborhoods can fall beneath this form. And yet, it still isn't the final stage. Level 7. Wedge tornadoes. The wedge is not elegant, it is overwhelming. So wide it appears broader than it is tall. Sometimes half a mile wide, sometimes over a mile. You might mistake it for a rain shaft or a low, dark cloud, until you notice the ground beneath it being erased. Wedge tornadoes are overwhelmingly associated with EF4 and EF5 damage. Homes swept from foundations, trees stripped bare, vehicles twisted into scrap. The 2.6-mile-wide El Reno tornado redefined what large means. It didn't even look like a traditional funnel. It looked like the sky was collapsing. But even wedges can hide something worse. Level 8. Multiple vortex supercell giants, 920. This is peak atmospheric violence. Inside some tornadoes, smaller vortices spin within the main circulation. Subvortices, each capable of extreme destruction. That's why damage can look surgical. One house gone, the next standing. It isn't luck. It's internal chaos. These tornadoes are born from supercells, massive rotating thunderstorms with deep mesocyclones. They can last for hours, travel for hundreds of miles, shift direction unexpectedly, reach wind speeds over 200 miles per hour. They are not just storms. They are long-lived engines of destruction, the apex predator of weather. From subtle surface spin to mile-wide monsters, tornadoes are not one thing. They are evolving systems. And the shape you see? It might already tell you how much time you have.